let's keep analyzing some properties of these transformations. So we have the following point A. My point is 2, 3. Well, what would have happened if I wanted to change my point? If I would have changed the x into a negative, same number, it's just the 2 is just now a negative 2. Well, a quick way to see what's going to happen is basically this. If I would have changed that 2 into a negative 2, then my new point, wouldn't it be right here? A prime, wouldn't that be negative 2, 3? So that's basically a rule that could help you out figure things faster. When my x is negative, it's always going to be, it could be a couple of things. It could be a reflection across the y-axis, because if we were to cut it in half, look, isn't that at the halfway point a reflection? It could also be a translation, just moving it a couple of points to the left, or maybe even a rotation if you play your cards right, depending on where it's centered. And that's basically what you need to remember. Now, for example, if instead of your x being negative, your y was negative, so instead of the 3, we had a negative 3, so that would make it a 2, negative 3. Let's call this double prime because it's another copy. Same thing. You're basically saying when my y is opposite, not just negative, when it's opposite. So if it's positive, it's negative, or if it was negative, now it's opposite. You're basically reflecting it across the x. Reflect across the x-axis. It could be a reflection, it could be a translation. It's up to you. So once again, when my x is negative, it could be a reflection on the y. When my y is negative, it's a reflection on the x. So it's a little play on words there, and it's basically like a mirror, because you're doing the opposite. Now, well, let's put that in play then, guys. What happens when both are negative? When both are negative, basically means, well, just change the signs, and it's basically going to be a reflection of both, the x and then the y-axis. So let me show you how that's going to look. In this example, well, we have point A is 2, 2. Well, if I were to make both opposites, they'll be negative 2, negative 2. It's right there. Oops. Let me change those shapes. There'll be A prime, which will be negative 2, negative 2. The other one, 3, 5, well, that'll be negative 3, negative 5. That'll be C prime, negative 3, negative 5. And finally, B prime. That'll be negative 4, negative 3. B prime, negative 4, negative 3. If I were to try to make a triangle there, I'll do my best. Right there. Look at that. Perfect. That would be the shape of the new triangle, which, if you noticed, and I also wrote it right here, isn't that a rotation? If I were to rotate that over and over from 0, it would more or less look like a rotation. So again, there's many ways you could do this, guys. Remember those little tricks, and it'll help you. When my x is opposite, when my y is opposite, it could help you figure out how the transformation should look.